All right, so we're gonna do this one, okay? Since we're already on the Fate train, okay? We're already on the Fate train, so we might as well do this, and then we'll go do Genshin Impact, right? I mean, this video is fucking 31 minutes long, so if you were to add in my pauses and commentary, I would say if well, we could try drag it out to being an hour. Hmm. Um. All right. So next video. Apparently, Gigguk tried to explain the Fate series. Okay, a long time ago, last year, roughly about this time last year, give or take a couple of months. So apparently, I haven't seen this video yet. Okay, so I saw the previous one that I just wanted to show you guys in any case anybody out there hasn't seen it. But this one I haven't seen. I've heard about it, but I haven't seen it. Okay, apparently Gigguk last year tried to explain the entirety of the Fate series that he kind of rushed in that previous video, and apparently so many people were so angry with his explanation and flamed him on social media, on Twitter and whatnot, that he had to retitle his video to now being badly explaining the entire Fate series. I don't know what the original title was, but whatever it was, people weren't happy about it. I started the visual novel last year, only completed the first route. My cousin, who's read all of it, said it took him about 300 hours to finish the entirety of all three routes. If you're trying to go after every single bad end, every single end, every true end, every you want 100% Fate Stay Night, the visual novel, it took him 300 hours. I don't know how long. I mean, maybe he read it slow. Maybe he was taking his time. I don't know. But just hearing that, I ain't going near it. Okay, 300 fucking hours, and assuming that he read it maybe slower. Well, maybe at the same pace. I could have. If I read it slower, I could take 600 hours. I don't have that time in me. I hope Ufotable remakes 2006 Fate. Yeah, that's what I hope for. I hope that I don't want to watch Dean Stay Night. Okay, please give me a remake of the Fate route. I would really like to see a remake of the Fate route. Okay, Saber's route. I mean, like I've said a million times, Saber is my one true waifu. She's my OG. Saber is my number one waifu. No matter how many shows I've watched so far, ever since I started my YouTube channel, how many waifus I've bumped across, okay, that activate all my neurons. The only one true waifu that doesn't really activate my neurons. It's just you feel like she's your like you know, there's no better way to put it. She's your one true waifu that you would fucking die on a hill for. Mine is OG Saber. Fate Stay Night or Fate Zero Saber, whichever one, but it's still OG Saber. So I would really like to see her get her own fucking route, okay, the Fate route in glorious, modern, updated, ufotable visuals. Basically, you can start any Fate series, but too many people suggest to watch Fate Stay Night and Fate Zero first because they're too easy to understand what Fate is about. I would argue that you wouldn't really want to watch anything Fate other than you can start on all of these other spin-off shows like Apocrypha, Fate Extra, whatever, but you're not gonna nearly get as much entertainment and enjoyment out of it if you don't have that base, that foundation, right? You don't have that base of Fate Zero and Fate Stay Night knowledge to begin with. Like, I think personally speaking, I think that's where I would go if I were to start Fate. I've heard Ufotable said that they won't remake 2000s. Why would you respect Dean? Why would you respect Dean Stay Night? Huh? You don't need to respect that. Just remake it. Okay? It's shit. I mean, they even took Dean Stay Night's fucking OP song and they slapped it in at the end of the first half of Unlimited Blade Works as episode 12 or 13's ED song. I don't know whether that's supposed to be respect or whether the Ufotable's like, ha, you see, we're doing it better than you. We're gonna take your song, alright, and we're gonna put it in a much more hype, much more effective way than your crappy ass adapted 2006 anime. Isn't Dean also the one responsible for having butchered the 7 deadly sins? What the Escandor or Escalor versus Meliodas fight? I've seen that. I haven't seen the 7 deadly sins, but I've watched the fucking fight scene of the good old meme, right, of those two dudes fighting. The amount of frames of animation in that fight makes JC Staff look like One Punch Man Season 2. JC Staff look like suddenly Kyo Annie and fucking Studio Wit with that fucking level of production value. Alright, enough dilly-dally. Okay, we're gonna watch now Fate. We're gonna watch Gigguk now explain Fate for the next 30 minutes. Okay. Whoa, I'm gonna drag this out to an hour. So we're gonna be here for a while, guys.
This video is sponsored by Honkai Impact 3rd. Gamers, gacha gamers. You know me, I love my 2D girls, and Honkai Impact 3rd has the cream of the crop. A free-to-play 3D action role-playing mobile game developed and published by MiHoYo, the same makers of Genshin Impact, which, speaking of which, they're having a collaboration event right now. Fischl will be joining as a new Valkyrie with her companion Ozzy, along with Keqing, where you can free more powerful forces for Keqing to fight against the enemy, which includes the more powerful the Wolf of the North in this world. And, most amazingly, both of these characters are completely free. Sorry, what is this word?
What?
I've never heard this word.
Free?
Gamer. New players to join the game now can win over.
What? You could have got. Well, I mean, you get it in Honkai Impact, but I want to get it for free in Genshin Impact.
Prize. And also from July 12th to August 12th, Honkai Impact 3rd will be collaborating with bubble tea brand Kung Fu Tea in the US and Canada. So you can join the event for a chance to win limited merch and an iPhone 12. So, what are you waiting for? Download Honkai Impact 3rd today and join the events to win some great prizes. Links and info in the description below. And with that said, let's get on with the video. The Fate series is one of the most expansive franchises.
Alright, here we go.
Of anime. In between all the games, anime, manga, light novel, visual novels, spin-offs, it's probably one of the most daunting franchises for any newbie to try to get into.
Yeah, okay. Gundam UC Watch Order. Yeah, you are you talk about you talk about fucking that's not even no. Okay, no. You want to know a show that's gonna gatekeep you for an eternity? I've been there, okay? So when Gigguk talks about Fate is like the most daunting fucking franchise to get yourself into, no. You try watching Universal Century Timeline Gundam, okay? 40 years worth of anime right there. You got to catch up. Fate, that's what? That starts in 2006? That's nothing. Gundam started in 1979.
A little while ago, I made a joke skit called Trying to Understand the Fate franchise, based around how confusing the entire thing looked for an outsider looking in. And satire aside, it was based on many real-life conversations I've actually had with Fate fans trying to explain the franchise to new.
We might watch that after, okay? I want to see Connor's take on that.
Everyone asked for the short version, but even the short version for an outsider can seem like a convoluted mess of information. Thought you were going to give me the short version. This is the short version. But ever since I made that video, and because no one ever actually asked for it, I've always wondered to myself, what is the long version?
Before we get on to that, his short version, I feel like, I mean, clearly, okay, I don't think Gant did that video unintentionally. He knew what he was doing, the short version. He was trying to make satire, okay? He was trying to kind of, you know, roast the Fate community, right? On just how convoluted and gate-kept, right, their franchise is to a brand new person. Huh? But, I could do a much shorter version, okay? For somebody who wants to get into Fate, you don't need, okay, Like that 5-minute video, he was deliberately fucking making it just sound so complicated just to, you know, point out the fact that that's what the Fate fandom does every time a brand new person wants to get into Fate. Whereas I could sum it up in a single sentence: Fate Zero, Unlimited Blade Works, and Heaven's Feel, and they're all done by Ufotable. You just watch that. That's all you need. If you want to start Fate, you just watch those 3 shows in that order, and then every other show, you can just pick one, okay? If you feel like you want to watch any more Fate after you're done with that trilogy, and you got Fate withdrawal symptom, okay? You want more Fate, just pick any of the ring of thousands of other alternate timelines and spin-off shows that you want. Just pick whatever one you want and just watch it. That's it. That took like what, 60 seconds to explain? But you just gotta keep milking out this gatekeeping shit that the Fate community does.
The Fate franchise fascinates me. Originally created by Kinoko Nasu, what started as just a single
Phonics, thank you so much for the follow.
A multi-billion-dollar franchise with more media than any sane person can wrap their head around. I mean, just look at all this shit. Can you see how many there is? There's at least 5. So it can be easy to forget how
but some of them are games.
Became fans in the first place. That many newcomers may even forget to ask, what is Fate even about? Don't worry, I got you. The basic premise revolves around a bunch of mages who can summon heroic spirits from Earth's real history or legends to do battle over the Holy Grail, a mythical wish-granting device in what is called the Holy Grail War. Basically, it's a bunch of mages spending all their V-Bucks to organize the ultimate Fortnite, Apex Legends, fucking Minecraft, Hunger Games battle royale between all your favorite people from history and legends to create the ultimate showdown of ultimate destiny. God, I hope my audience isn't too young to understand that reference. And the Holy Grail War is just basically Nasu going, "What?" Let's just cut the video there. That's all you need to know about Fate. However, the background and lore of the entire Fate universe is unimaginably deeper than that. So much so that
kind of is practically
anime, manga, novel, every single piece of Fate's media takes place in a coherent universe fitting somewhere on a grand timeline, which is also shared with Nasu's other works, creating this grand universe known only as the Nasuverse. So
alright. Okay. If you... I mean, if somebody doesn't know anything about Fate and you showed them this, I don't think they're gonna want to check it out, okay? Just look at it. Holy shit, this thing is...
known only as the Nasuverse. So you know what I thought would be a good idea? What if I tried explaining the entire Fate timeline? Keyword being thought, implying it was me in the past tense. It was a shit idea. Explaining all the Fate lore and timeline in detail would take hours and hours. I mean, just look at some of these wiki pages. This isn't a wiki page, it's a fucking light novel. Saber lore. That time some slag at a pond threw a sword at me and I accidentally became the fucking King of England. So this is more like the long, short version. Or is it the short, long version? Or is it the medium version? It's an excuse to justify all the countless hours I've put into this hellhole. Obviously, there is going to be spoilers, but I'm going to try and keep it focused on the lore and universe and where every series fits in the timeline, rather than what actually happens in any individual series. So, hopefully it won't spoil your experience too much if you decide to walk into hell with us. So, with that said,
oi, that's hell you're walking into.
Explaining all of Fate. It's not too late now, go on.
Alright, so as he goes through this, I'm gonna judge it, okay? So as he goes through this whole video, because I've seen every, like, how much have I watched? I've watched Zero, Unlimited Blade Works, Heaven's Feel, Apocrypha, Grand Order. I've seen First Order, Babylonia, Camelot, Solomon. I don't know how much of this he's gonna explain. Fate Khalid Season 1. Yeah, I think I've seen a fair few. Okay, so when he gets to it, I'll see how good of an explanation he's gotten into with this, and how how much the comments are gonna roast him for it. I'm gonna dip in 10 or 20 minutes. Nobody tag Poolkit when he comes back. When I start Genshin Impact. All right, guys.
All you have to do is just turn the camera off and delete the file, and no one will ever have to know. You see that, Gigguk? That was Gigguk 3 months ago. I've been putting off filming this for 3 fucking months. Just kill me now. Oh, 3 fucking months. This is my dissertation all over again. Hello and welcome to my TED Talk. To be introducing the Fate timeline, I'm going to be cosplaying the most powerful servant in the history of the Fate timeline. Steve Handjobs. But before we get to the Fate timeline, there are a few core concepts we need to bang out first so everything makes sense. Firstly is Akasha. See, Fate exists in this grand world of magic and mages where you can summon heroic beings from the past, present, and future. And all of this
nice
is
catalyst,
from
bro.
Akasha. What is Akasha? See, Akasha is this metaphysical place that exists outside of time and dimensions that is the source of all events and all the souls in all timelines. And I like using big words to make me sound smart. Basically, everything that's ever happened and everyone you know, you can thank Akasha for it. 2020 as a whole? Thanks, Akasha. The Chad himself, Chug Jug's Fortnite remix. Thanks, Akasha. That one time in class you thought you had a silent fart, but you ripped out a fat one and everyone heard it and stared at you and your brain still reminds you about it every time you were about to sleep? Fuck you, Akasha. So instead of wibbly wobbly, timey-wimey stuff, this is more like wibbly wobbly, timey-wimey, goopy galaxy, diddly dimension, rickety reality stuff. Where every timeline and every reality exists at the same time, meaning there are no spin-offs, every fate is canon, life is a line, yes, that smutty dojin of Minamoto going ada on the order is canon in some timeline. You can't prove me otherwise. Are you with me? Good. This is important because the end goal of every mage in the Fate universe is to find a way to reach the root of Akasha. But Gigguk, why do all mages want to find the root of Akasha? Well, I'm glad you asked, probably confused viewer.
Okay. No. Look, I've been told a million fucking times, okay, about like when I was reacting to Unlimited Blade Works, when I've been reacting to like anything Fate, there have been already some Fate addicts that have been typing away like 100, 200, 300 lines of dissertations, okay, of a fucking comment, leaving them on all of my YouTube videos comment sections about the root, because I like to always meme on the root when we're watching Fate stuff, right? Because every mage in the fucking Mages Association, like, it's about, oh right, that's another show that was part of my list that I didn't say, Lord El Meloy's Case Files. That was another Fate show that I watched. So every mage, they want to reach the root, okay, which I would like to call the origin of all creation, the origin of the universe. So every mage, they try to do everything in their power to reach the root. Every mage's ultimate end goal, their ultimate achievement in life, hopefully, is to reach the root. Okay, because all of these fucking pretentious ass mages, okay, it's like they're just addicted to their quest for knowledge, their quest for discovery, their quest for just it's like Echidna in ReZero, right? Greedy. They're very greedy and they just want to know everything. They want to learn about everything. So a mage's true end goal is to find whatever means it takes to go reach the root. Human sacrifices, going mad, okay, genocide, anything that they can do if it's necessary of a sacrifice, okay, for them to be able to connect themselves to the root, they'll do it. And then you see, like in Lord El Meloy, like mages going crazy trying to reach the root. You see in Kara no Kyokai, right, that Arya Soren guy, he set up that whole fucking contraption in like Paradox Paradigm just to reach the root. All these convoluted evil schemes just to reach the root. And then people keep leaving me essays on what the root is when you could just like, obviously, you know, if you want to go into specific details what the root is, there's a whole massive Fate wiki page on what the root is. But if you want to explain it to somebody that is short on time, they don't give a shit about the long version. It's literally just, it's the origin of all creation. That is how much easier can it be to explain if you want the TLDR, easy, just, you know, no convoluted context explanation. The root is the origin of everything, and since it's the origin of everything, it basically holds the source code to everything. It represents it's like the massive fountain of knowledge, of wealth. Okay, so of course, if you're gonna reach the root, you're gonna have access to basically the begin. It's like Gilgamesh's Gate of Babylon, right? Gilgamesh says like he owns the origin of every treasure in existence, so therefore Gilgamesh can ass pull whatever the fuck he wants out of Gate of Babylon, because he owns the original blueprint to every weapon, every noble phantasm in the world, aka Gate of Babylon is hacks. Well, that's the same with basically the root. The root holds the origin, the blueprint of every event that's gonna happen, every item that's gonna happen, every fucking thing that's gonna later on, 5 billion years down the line get created in the universe. That's it. It's just point zero. All right. It's just the beginning of everything. I don't know what.
I hope you're not confused right now. This is just the beginning. Well, this would be a good time to talk about the magic system that exists in the Nasu-verse, because as we all know, in this universe, mages exist and use magecraft, aka magic. Right? Wrong. Incorrect. Erroneous. Mistaken. I can't think of any more words off the top of my head. What are you, an idiot? Why would anyone assume that magic and magecraft are the same thing? Look at this guy.
Right.
Typical man that can't tell the difference between...
Oh man, anybody anybody that watches Trash Taste, holy shit. That was God. I love and hate that picture. That one, and the one where Gart's drinking the fucking bottle of Corona as Sydney next to him, Sid Snap next to him was talking, and then Gart just looks at the bottle and then starts laughing to himself. God, holy shit! I've never seen anybody drink like that, man.
You got magecraft, the weak sauce imitation butter. Ooh, I can't believe it's not magic. And then you got the Chad True Magic. This is the top tier gourmet shit. This is the shit real mages want to use.
Hi, this is a guide to using Genshin Impact. For example, Pyro can help to defeat Hydro Slimes.
It's a Genshin Impact ad.
Hydro helps you easily fight and destroy Pyro mobs.
Fuck off.
The kind of shit Gordon Ramsay has to taste off and goes, finally.
Some good fucking
magic. But this premium shit can only be achieved by mages who view Akasha. And once someone gets that magic, that path to Akasha is cut off, and then the magic can only be used by the direct descendants of that original mage. Basically, no one has real magic, and they're trying to get to the root of Akasha so they can stop using the peasant dollar store magecraft shit. Oh man, what if the third magic was just the power to create fate porn? But what's stopping all mages from getting to...
What?
Power to create fate porn. Magecraft shit. Oh man, what if the third magic was just the power to create fate porn?
Well, actually, he makes a good point. Okay, why? Look, in all of Nasu's wisdom, in all of the anime industry's wisdom, why would you not make Fate hentai? Do you have it in, like, Fate is already $1 billion in, and also, let's say Genshin Impact. Let's say every fucking franchise that has, like, waifus, like, infinite number of waifus. Who in their right mind, what genius, okay, in charge, in the board of directors, what CEO, okay, in their right mind, okay, would think it wouldn't be a good idea to also start dabbling in Fate or Genshin Impact or Fate Go, you know, anime hentai, huh? Why would you not do that? Do you have any? As long as you don't give the fucking studio Queen Bee, all right? Give the fucking Pink Pineapple or Mary Jane or Collaboration Works. Give it to one of those fucking studios. Or in fact, make Ufotable do it or KyoAni do it. Make one of the mainstream anime studios go adapt some hentai, okay? Is it because out of principle or whatnot? Have you ever seen? I don't get it. How come hentai studios are their own studios? They don't make mainstream anime. They're only specifically made to do hentai. And then you have all of the mainstream studios that are only gonna delve into, you know, mainline PG-13 anime, and they don't ever touch hentai. I don't get that, okay? I don't understand how the anime industry works. They really should start branching out and diversifying their portfolio. They've got so many talented animators and artists. Use that talent to good work and make some fucking ufotable heavens feel quality hentai. Maybe due to laws. What law would it be that that studio can fucking make hentai and this studio can't? I don't understand, okay?
But what's stopping all majors from getting to this mythical place called Akasha? Well, you have this thing called the counterforce. This is kind of like a safety mechanism that stops the world from going extinct because the Earth is actually alive and has a will, and don't worry about that right now. And the counterforce itself is made up of two parts. The collective unconscious will of humanity itself to survive, Alaya, and the will of the planet itself, Gaia, online. Why is this important? Because the counterforce has powerful defense mechanisms, like being able to summon heroic spirits from Earth's history in order to defend itself, which we call servants. Sound familiar?
I understood that reference.
So it'll intervene anyone trying to get to Akasha, aka the Goopy Galaxy timey-wimey place, and majors have to find a
licensing. Yeah, but no, but that's my point. That's my point, right? So, you know, the studio doesn't own the license to the franchise, right? The studio is just adapting the anime on behalf of the creator. But the creator himself, okay? Nasu, and I don't know who fucking owns, let's say, Genshin Impact, but the creator themselves, they must be holding back based out of purely just principles and some kind of dignity shit, all right? Like, why would you not, if you already own $1 billion franchise with just like Fate Grand Order? How many fucking waifus are there in Fate Grand Order? Too many. I mean, like I said, I've already jacked off to enough Musashi, Skahak, and Jolta hentai. There's just those three, man. Holy shit. Okay, like, if there was an anime hentai of those three, I would eat that shit up in a heartbeat. So, if you were somebody that owned a franchise that had so many of these fucking gorgeous-ass waifus, why would you not license it to a good hentai studio and have them just make whatever fanfic that they want, okay? Because you know that those Fate fans, they're gonna fucking eat that shit up. Same with Genshin Impact. You think they're gonna throw enough money into your mobile gacha game? They're gonna throw even more money if you're gonna start putting out them BDs of their favorite waifu, okay? That doesn't need to be, you know, desperately desperately filling in that blank spot of there's no official Rule 34 animated content for them to satiate their thirsty needs on, so all of the doujin artists have to do it for them, okay? But instead you get official fucking fully animated and fully VA voiced hentai, okay? They'll pay for that, but then again they won't, because it's all gonna go up on H anime for free and everyone's gonna freeload off of it. So you can push children friendly. Yeah, they can push children, probably because of backlash that they'll receive. Didn't Japan have some weird law regarding porn? It's probably the creators. Yeah, it has to be the creators, which I think is just dumb. Okay, what backlash? Are you having a laugh? Fate. Let's take a Fate for, okay, Genshin Impact maybe. Genshin Impact, like the game itself, you know, it could appeal to Genshin Impact. The game could appeal to kids. Okay, like it's just because of the Rule 34 doujin artists out there making all that cultured extra content that the kids don't know about. But Fate, give me a break. Fate's not made for kids. Okay. So, what backlash are you going to receive? You're not going to get some fucking Karen, not some SJW trying to cancel you. I think a good vast majority of Fate fans out there delve into a good old cultured research material, okay? So I think that, you know, I speak for myself, but I also probably, if I had to just take a blind shot in the dark, probably speak for a fair amount of people out there, okay? That fucking camera, man. You wouldn't mind some fucking Fate hentai, okay? So I don't know who would be backlashing on what. If their franchise becomes connected to hentai, it becomes less reputable. Nobody would watch Disney if they made porn of their movies. All right. I mean, Disney, sure, but I mean, Fate started off as porn. So why not go back to your roots and fully embrace porn? Okay.
The way around it. Are you with me? Are you with me? Good. If you're already confused, may I introduce to you the phrase everyone in the Fate fandom holds in the highest esteem as the holiest words in our gospel. Don't worry about it. Why is the cast of Fate Stay Night sharing a nice wholesome meal instead of trying to brutally murder each other? Don't worry about it. How do reality
I think I'm pretty sure somebody said those exact same words to me before.
The moon? Don't worry about it. No, please don't worry about it. Please don't ask me what the moon is. I'm not gonna fucking talk about the moon! To recap, you have Akasha, the timey-wimey, goofy galaxy, rickety reality place that every mage is trying to get to so they can use the top-tier gourmet true magic. But the only thing stopping them is the counterforce, which they have to try and find a way around. Did you get all that? This is all the
That
background
PNG
information
didn't
you need
age
to
well.
know.
That aged like milk.
Before we start the timeline. Jesus Christ, we haven't even started the timeline yet. You know, originally I wanted to visualize the timeline physically by having things stuck against the wall strung together with a string or something like that, like you see in that Always Sunny meme. But then I soon realized I don't have a wall big enough. So that's why I'm using the green screen. Definitely not because I want to rip off Nakey Jakey. Now, starting right at the beginning, before any mages, before any servants, before any Holy Grail wars, you have the Age of God. So yeah, apparently right at the beginning of Fate lore, there was this period of time where gods roamed the earth with man, mythical creatures existed, and I shit you not, physics apparently just wasn't a thing. Yeah, apparently this thing called mystery governed the law of the worlds, which I don't know what that's supposed to mean. Don't worry about it. Like, I just imagine in my head some ancient humans trying to let go of an apple and physics tries to drop it and mystery's like, no. We do not do that here. And then the apple just flies off to fucking Narnia. But everything changed when the Sepher nation attacked. Or just Sepher. This next time period is called Deterioration. This time...
I honestly don't know if Gant like deliberately went and researched this, like he wikied this before he made this video. Like he probably did some if I had to guess, he probably may have done some research. Either that or he's actually that hardcore of a Fate fan. What the fuck is this shit? Huh? Do any of you guys out there that are anime onlys of Fate, or even if you're, you know, visual novel and source material and far more hardcore fans of Fate and the Nasuverse know about this shit? What the fuck is this?
Titan called Sepher invaded and destroyed most of the world and was only beaten back by this mighty sword called Excalibur. After the attack, the gods weaken a bit, mystery starts to wane, and physics is like, yo, is anyone gonna drop that apple? Which takes us to separation. So the gods are a little pissed that they can't go down to Earth anymore because they're so weak, so they make Gilgamesh, who's 2/3 god. Because gods don't give a shit about maths, apparently, with the intention of making him the keystone to connect the gods and the humans. Now, for anyone not familiar with the Fate verse, how can I explain Gilgamesh?
Broken.
You know that one meme?
Hacks.
This some peasant joke I'm too poor to understand?
Ass
Well,
pull whatever he
imagine
wants
if
because
that
of Gate of
meme
Babylon.
was reincarnated as a person. That's Gilgamesh. So yeah, he decides to rebel, and the gods were like, no. This guy doesn't want to take orders from us. No, come on, you're joshing us right now. This is a prank. Come on, where are the hidden cameras? I'm on MTV Punk'd, aren't I? And so with that, God.
So what you're saying is, this. Oh, where's the picture of him? So what you're saying is this dude, who's supposed to be like this. Well, like he said, 2/3 god. He's like the most powerful. Well, I'm gonna say, okay, I'm pretty sure that there are other servants out there more powerful than him, but arguably he's like the most powerful servant, one of the most powerful servants in all of the Nasuverse and all of the Fate franchise. You saw him in the Solomon movie. All of those other servants trying to kick the shit out of Gotia or Gosha or whatever, however the fuck you pronounce his name. And Gilgamesh, he only turned up at the last 10 seconds. He just stood there on the edge of a cliff. And then he laughed, and then he left. He's like, "Fuck this shit. I'm too good for this movie. I didn't turn up to this movie to fight this fucking demon lord in this somewhat of a Fate reskin rip-off isekai world. Okay, I didn't come here to fight. I didn't come here to fucking save the day. I just came here just to look cool for 10 seconds, and then I left. right? So you're telling me this dude, okay, lost to a purple-haired, thirsty, big-titted waifu that just chomped on him in the middle of an alleyway? Wow. So much for being the most powerful servant in the universe, man. He got who would win? One fucking gold, like seemingly invincible, godlike man, or one purple-haired, fucking thirsty worm girl?
I was meant to buy a party popper, but I completely forgot to. Alan, can you edit a party popper in this video, please? Thank you. That's right, screw your mystery. I have E equals MC squared. Okay, remember right at the beginning of this video when I said the Fate franchise was about this thing called the Holy Grail? Well, we can finally start talking about the Holy Grail.
It becomes less and less important as we go throughout the entire franchise.
Granting device, and that's only partially true. See, around the 1800s, these epic magic gamer girls, called the Einsburns family, figured out a way to the root of Akasha. That place that gives you true epic gamer magic. By using the Holy Grail to summon 7 heroic spirits and then sacrifice them, and using that mana to summon an even greater grail called the Greater Grail, which has access to the root of Akasha. But of course, all the various magic gamer girls and boys couldn't agree on who would actually get access to this magic, so they decided to have a meeting to decide. One could even say that it was a magic. The Gathering. Or
Wait, what? That's how they started? Well, I mean, I've seen like they. No, wait. That flashback in Heaven's Feel Part 3. That was the first war. No, that wasn't the first war, was it? I can't fucking remember. That's so long ago. Maybe some of you guys in the comments can fucking jog my memory. Was that the first war that they shown? It has to have been, right? Was that the first? That was the first war that was shown in Heaven's Feel Part 3's flashback. Yeah. So you had the 3 founding families, and they go and make that was the Greater Grail that they made, right? But the problem was that they could only they were fucking idiots, and the only way you could actually access and commune with the Greater Grail was if you had a servant, right, to go and fucking operate it or some shit. And since they had 7 servants and they fucking had to sacrifice all 7 of them into the Greater Grail, you had no servants left. So how could you then start using the fucking Grail after it's been fully filled up if you've sacrificed everything? Oh, that's a bit of an oversight. Kind of overlooked the setup and the fucking operation of your own Holy Grail ritual. That's a big oof.
in Fate, we just call this the Holy Grail War. Which finally leads us to the timelines to all the wars. Oh, I can't believe I flunked world history and I'm about to recite the entire history of some fictional.
Yeah, hey, it is right. No, wait, it's not. Wait, what? Holy Grail, the first war. No. Oh, I'm confused. I don't know. I don't fucking care anymore. I can't tell. The first. Whatever the fuck the flashback was in Heaven's Feel Part 3, that was like one of the fucking earliest, I guess. I remember one anime which got official hentai adapted. Yeah, Princess. I've seen that one. Hey, cultured. Princess Lover. I've seen that one. The one that the Princess Lover, the one that Desperate Fate fans will say, this is the only. If you guys haven't seen it, go there's your source right there. Go fucking do your research on Princess Lover, not the anime, the cultured hentai anime adaptation. That's like the only anime where people would say that we somewhat have a Saber hentai anime adaptation, or a big titty Saber, OG Saber anime adaptation, because she literally almost looks like Saber and kind of acts like Saber, I guess.
Okay, so you got like the first Holy Grail War, which happened around the 1800s. This is when the 3 main mage families, the Einsburns, the Toesuckers, and the Matos, couldn't agree on who could get access to the Grail. So they were like, guys, we've got a bunch of servants lying about. Tournament arc, tournament arc, tournament arc, tournament arc, tour! This was hardly what you'd call an actual war though, and more like a 3 AM brawl at the local mage pub, which ended because everyone got bored and time ran out. Then came the second Holy Grail War in the 1860s with the same parties involved, but this time everyone went a bit fucking mental because everyone died, nobody won, and future generations were like, Wait a minute. Do we need rules? What the fuck is a Geneva Convention? Then came the Third Holy Grail War in the 1930s, where the church gets involved because they're just like, are you using the term Holy Grail? God, are we allowed to copy strike that? And everyone's happy with that because they can enforce the rules. So the church is like, all right, gamers, I want a fair fight. No going for the eyes, no kicking below the belt, and for God's sakes, no summoning any illegal servants. So then the Ironsburn summon an illegal servant. And so they get this totally new servant called Angramayu, aka the Angry Mango, who's meant to be this super badass, ultra OP new servant that auto wins them the war, except lol, JK is actually super weak and dies, and is literally so angry he gives the Grail food poisoning. Then we got the Fourth Holy Grail War, which is basically just the events of Fate Zero. I'm not going to spoil what happens in it.
So, Angramayu, right? How did they get... Hey, that's another oversight. That's another fucking sudden ass pool of rules that just got cooked up right there in the Third War that was never explained previously. So when they first made the whole Holy Grail ritual, was there ever like exposition? Was there ever like setting up the foundations, the groundworks that there was a ruler class and that there was an Avenger class? What other classes are there? I can't remember. Were there these two classes that were there from the very beginning, and everybody knew about it, but nobody ever chose to? Well, you can't summon ruler. Ruler just comes in as like a failsafe if Fate Apocrypha happened. But Avenger, right? Was there ever an Avenger class from the very beginning? Like where the fuck did the Ironsburns just pull out an Avenger out of nowhere in that particular war?
And finally, we have the grand sugar daddy that birthed everything we're talking about. The Fifth Holy Grail War, aka the events of Fate's Day Night. Following Shiro fighting in it using the power of friendship and mana transfer. And this CG dragon still haunts my nightmares. What's important here is that this war has at least 3 different timelines because the original Fate's Day Night was a visual novel with 3 different routes. You got the Fate route, Unlimited Blade Words, and Heaven's Feel. Or, to put it more simply, you got the Saber route, the Best Girl route, and the Sakura route with extra mana transfer. But it doesn't stop there, because next we got Fate Hollow Ataraxia, which is kind of like a sequel to Fate's Day Night because it takes place 6 months after the events that happened in there. So you may be wondering which one of the 3 routes it follows, and the answer is yes. So one of the main girls from Fate's Day Night, Rin, is doing some magic experiments, and she does a little bit of an oopsie, and completely fucks up the space-time continuum, merging all parallel universes together. And I know what you're thinking, this doesn't sound like a little oopsie, this sounds a bit more like a big oopsie. But it's all good.
Whoa, what's that?
Completely fucks up the space-time continuum, merging all parallel universes together. And I know what you're thinking, this doesn't sound...
Yo, fucking Gaunt using the fucking Final Fantasy 13-2 soundtrack in the background. Holy shit! I didn't know he dabbled in Final Fantasy 13-2. Where the fuck did he? That is so weird. Where the fuck did he just suddenly get that OST from?
Like a little oopsie. This sounds a bit more like a big oopsie. But it's all good because she looks great in thigh highs. So we're following this mage Bazette who was dead off screen in the original Fate's Day Night, and she is now alive along with Angramayu, aka the Angry Mango. And they're stuck in a Groundhog Day type time loop, living the same 4 days over.
I didn't even know this person existed until people told me about it. Like towards the end of Unlimited Blade Works. I thought Lancer always belonged to fucking So, you know, there was that scene, right? There was that scene in the second half of Unlimited Blade Works with that blonde dude that used to originally be Caster's master, right? And then he didn't want Caster, so he went to the church to go talk to Kirei. And then he's like, can you give the master of Lancer this letter of wanting to exchange servants or whatnot? And then as he was walking out of the church, Kirei just smiled and it's like, oh, Lancer's master, you say? And then he starts laughing to himself like like I interpreted that as at the time, if you haven't seen it, go check out my reaction on YouTube, right, for that particular episode. I think that was like episode What episode was that? It was like episode 14 or some shit. And then Kirei's like, oh, Lance's master, you say? I interpreted that as, oh, Lance's master, you're looking at him. All right. Oh, you wanna swap servants with Lance's master? It's like, yeah, no, that's not happening. I am Lance's master. But people told me in the comments like, no, that's wrong. What Kirei was referring to was, I killed her. All right. So Lance's master doesn't exist anymore. I killed her. And I was like, oh, it was this person. It's like, oh, I didn't know that. I didn't know who the fuck this person was. Just off screen, just doesn't exist. Kirei shanked someone. Yeah.
Over and over, and she has to find a way to escape without fading from existence because she was originally dead, and I guess people die if they don't exist. Since most of this takes place in a time loop, this is basically just Fate Re-Zero Edition, so you can essentially just call it Fate Zero. Wait. And you know what? That's basically everything for the flagship Fate series. Woo! We did it, guys!
Well, I mean, you could have left this part out. I mean, who the fuck gives a part? You don't need this part. You could have cut this part out. I feel like this is extra padding. This is fluff. But so far, okay, for explanation why Einstein got Avenger, it's because they hacked the system and removed the Berserker class so they can summon Avenger. Yeah, but how did they know it? Okay, so that's what I mean. Like, was this Avenger class thing in the original mechanism of this thing that they called the Holy Grail War? Right, all of the underlying fucking source code, all of the coding, all of the fucking JavaScript that went into, you know, how the Holy Grail War operated. Were there all of these extra servants, other than just the 7 classes that they were there this whole time? Like what Deco Zagu said, right? All of those other servants, were they all there from the very beginning? Or was it just like Fate Go and the other fucking spin-offs that just slowly started adding in more extra fucking stuff? I think Avenger is an update they made in the 3rd war. Like, yeah, that's what I'm trying to figure out. It's like, did they have all of this stuff already like set up? They had all of this groundwork fucking lore set up from the very beginning and they just revealed it by the 3rd war? Or did they start cooking up brand new shit for their fucking lore as we were moving along? But yeah, in terms of where we're at right now, the timeline, I'd say it was a pretty okay explanation. I don't know when. We're already halfway through the video, so I don't know what the fuck people have been hating on Gant for this video for.
Woo! That was pretty simple, right, guys? What are we missing?
I think maybe it's because originally the title of the video was something to do with him fully. I think people must have gotten the impression that Gant was supposed to fully explain everything about the Fate universe, and everything that he skipped out, people must have been mad about it. Holy shit, we still got all of this left to go through. Oh my god.
Fuck. Of course, we are going to have to fill this timeline in with all the other Fate media out there. So, let's do the time warp again. Oh my god. Alan, fucking cut that. Alright, so let's start with Fate Apocrypha. So the Fate Apocrypha timeline is exactly identical to the original timeline, except when we get to the 3rd Holy Grail War, where the timeline was like, you know what? Nazis. Because of course it's the fucking Nazis. So the Nazis join the 3rd Holy Grail War, and instead of there being a winner, the Nazis steal the Greater Grail system, and so after that, a Transylvanian Nazi mage guy steals it from the Nazis again, and then I guess the Nazis go on to lose World War II as usual. Fast forward to the future, and somehow the entire world finds out about the Greater Grail system, and everyone and their dog tries to make a cheap imitation of it. And so because of this, the Transylvanian Nazi sorcerer guy vows to make the Holy Grail War great again. And so he makes the Great Holy Grail War.
How original.
Shit, you know, this is what it's called. And so now instead of 7
I thought it was called the
servants,
Greater
14
Holy Grail
servants
War, not the
separated
Great
into
Holy
2
Grail
teams,
War.
Red and black. That's right, it's a team deathmatch.
Team deathmatch! Team deathmatch! Team deathmatch! Team deathmatch! Team deathmatch! Stab it!
And so we get a season of Red versus Black, Mordred is hot, and a stealth will make straight guys question their sexuality and gay guys
Fuck
question
you.
their sexuality.
Alright,
and gay
still
girls
to this
question their
day,
sexuality.
fuck you.
And me question my life choices for spending $400 for a dick.
Oh yeah, Gant did do that, right? Gant fucking spent like $1,000 on a fucking Astolfo in Fate Go. Holy shit, this guy, man. Every video that I'm now watching of him lately on my Twitch stream and on YouTube for reaction videos, I'm starting to lose faith in him more and more. His credibility is fucking going down the fucking toilet.
That concludes the events of Hitler's Day Night. Next on the menu, we have today's menu for Emiya family. Did you see what I did there? This is, I think, just another alternate.
This show is actually out right now. Okay, I've actually already watched this whole thing, this fucking cooking show. Okay, so that's only on Patreon for anybody that's wondering. That's a Patreon exclusive because I ain't fucking editing that shit. Okay, for YouTube, that ain't worth my time. Okay.
Alternate ending to the 5th Holy Grail War, where I guess nobody dies and they all just sit around cooking and playing volleyball and being happy, and this is canon, okay? They never explain where this takes place on the timeline, but I don't care. They're all happy. Akasha made it.
No. They're all happy. He's still alive. All right? This blue-haired motherfucker's still alive. Even in this happy world, he's still alive. I don't like that. Okay, I was not happy when I got to that particular episode and I found out that in this world he's not dead. All right. Hence why I had to take the liberty of making that video that I did on my YouTube channel to set things straight. He should have been dead. And then a couple of people in the comment sections told me that some other dude called Aaron Headbutt, all right, already made this. I checked out the video after they told me that. He made practically the same fucking video that I did 2 years prior. Like, how? What's the likelihood somebody else on YouTube? Like, there was nobody else. I searched up that video. He's the only other person on the entirety of YouTube that came up with that exact same idea, but 2 years earlier than me. I thought I was being a genius when I got to fucking Shinji's scene with him eating the fucking thing, the pie, whatever the fuck it was, and then you cut to Sakura peeking in through the window. I thought, holy shit, that is some straight up grade A meme material right there. I can cook up a shit post video from that. And then somebody else already fucking beat me to it 2 years prior. I was so sad. Man, I was so fucking sad.
Canon! Like, in my mind, this is the reality when someone just tried playing the Fate visual novel but got bored 5 minutes after reading words and then just left and never came back.
Actually, Cooking with Emiya, I thought that this was basically an anime adaptation of all of the fucking Fate stay in the kitchen moments that people talk about, right, in the visual novel. Because in the visual novel, you spend like 90% of the fucking visual novel going into every intricate detail, okay? About Shiro cutting every daikon radish, putting in every miso soup and tofu, every piece of grilled salmon that he fucking marinates and puts in the pan to sizzle. Apparently in the visual novel, they go into so much detail about everything that Shiro cooks in the kitchen for fucking breakfast and lunch and dinner. And then all of the action happens at night, right? In Fate Stay Night, that I can remember. They only do their battles at night when everyone's asleep so that you don't get attention. But during the day, you gotta do something during the day to keep yourselves occupied and to keep the viewers engaged. Back to the kitchen you go, Shiro. Another 10,000 word dissertation worth of visual novel storytelling about Shiro cooking breakfast for everyone at Kiritsugu's household. So I thought that was what Cooking with Emiya was. I thought we were just gonna take every single fucking cooking visual novel scene and turned it into an anime. I mean, it was pretty accurate. He fucking went into a hell of a lot of detail cooking in all of those episodes.
And then all these characters are just sitting around having a gay old time waiting for the Holy Grail War to start. This is what happened. This is the reality where Sea-Dog VA tried to play Fate. Alright, so I'm just going to make a Fate Stay Night bubble, and then I'm going to put Fate Tiger Coliseum and fake unlimited codes in this bubble. because they're just fighting games and they're already beating the shit out of each other in the series anyway. So I guess these are just the filler episodes we never got to see. Then we got Fate School Life, which is kind of like a slice of life spin-off in the Fate Stay Night universe that also has Ataraxia characters in it. So are these
animes or are they video games?
Can you tell how I'm sure I am right now? Lord Elmalloy's Case Files. This is basically just CSI magic that takes place after Fate Zero but before Fate Stay Night, starring Fate Zero's Waver. Except Waver's gone from Daddy Step on Me to Step on Me, Daddy. Alright, now we get into the manly shit. Fate DJ Khaled, line of Prisma Ilya, is a spin-off where Ilya becomes a magical girl. And instead of summoning servants, the magical girls can use these magical cards to channel the power of a servant. And also there's a magical talking wand, don't worry about it. Before I properly got into the Fate franchise...
Okay. Of all of the fucking scenes, of all of the fucking frames, of course you're gonna use this one. Oh my god. When I got to that episode, I'm like, I'm done with this shit. Alright? Like, you still want me to continue on with Fate Khalid. I'm sorry, but police, Japan, they're like 12 years old. Japan, no, they're like 10 years old. Japan, holy shit.
I thought that this was just an unrelated spin-off that had nothing to do with the main universe, but no. Not only does this directly diverge from the main timeline, but it has two separate universes within its
Oh hey,
own
that's that
universe.
movie that I'm probably never gonna watch because we're never gonna get to the end of fucking Fate Khalid.
The beginning of the Ilya multiverse doesn't even have Ilya in it. Oh god, I love you so much, Fate, but you just don't make things easy, do you? Alright, I'm gonna try and do my best, so stick with me here. The first universe is the one detailed in the movie Oath Under Snow, following this girl called Miyu, which is why we call this the Miyu-verse, because her name is Miyu and she's the child of God, don't worry about it. She's taken in by Shiro, and then they have another Holy Grail War, but not the usual Holy Grail War.
Well, that's a
but the
spoiler.
Ainsworth
Oops.
Holy Grail War. Can you guess why it's called the Ainsworth Holy Grail War?
No.
Because it was made by the Ainsworth. Shiro then sends Miyu to an alternate universe, which
alright, I'm not gonna know any of this shit, alright?
Sunshine and Rainbows, where the Fourth Holy Grail War didn't happen and Kiritsugu's Father of the Year.
Oh yeah, no, that I do know, alright?
Cute girls doing magical things, and cute girls doing each other. This is the universe where Season 1 and 2 of Prisma Ilya happens, but then you have Season 3, which jumps back into the Miyu-verse.
Oh, hey, oops. Right, I'm gonna pretend I don't see all of this, okay? To anybody that actually gives a shit about me checking out Fate Khalid. Oops. Wow, that's a bunch of spoilers. Oops. Just even looking at these fucking key visual posters. Spoilers.
Timeline. How about this little knowledge?
Sixth Holy Grail War.
In the
What?
original Fate Stay Night, Ilya is 18. She's
Yeah.
18.
Well, yeah. In the original story, she's 18, but she looks like 10, right? Because Japan loves to make, flat-chested lolly girls that are like 400 years old, right? Like Betty, right? Like Betty in fucking ReZero, right? She's 400 years old, but she looks, she looks like 10, okay? But she's 400 years old. Meanwhile, you have other girls in anime that have like massive fucking J-cup planet-sized titties, okay, and then suddenly they say in the fucking dialogue in the subtitles, I'm actually 12, and then you're like, what?
She's older than
I'm sorry,
Shiro.
what?
But in the Ilyaverse, she's the same age as when the timelines diverge, which theoretically should make her the same age as she was in Fate Stay Night. But she's not. And the series makes it very clear that she is under 18. So which is it, Fate? Which is it? I need to know. I would say don't worry about it. But I'm pretty sure the FBI are going to do that for me. Alright,
tell that to the judge. Alright.
Your Fate, also known as the Fate Extra universe. This splits off from the Third Holy Grail War in the Angry Mango timeline, where all the world's mana dries up because some kind of event. So in the 2030s, all the mages turned into hackers and they tried to hack the moon because the moon has a supercomputer on it that was placed there by aliens that they found. And so inside this supercomputer moon, there exists this entire digital world. And so the supercomputer moon is hosting a virtual reality Holy Grail War because it's actually alive. I don't realize how ridiculous this sounds until I read it out loud.
What? What? That's the Fate Extra. Holy shit! I don't think I'm not checking that out. Huh? What kind of a plot line is that?
Don't worry about it. So yeah, it turns out the moon knows shit and you can hack the moon. And it also has Rin, Sakura, and Kirei from the original Fate Stay Night, but not the original Rin, Sakura, and Kirei from the original Fate Stay Night. What are you, stupid? They're just characters who look, sound, and dress exactly the same, but they're different. Are you worrying about it? Cause I'm not. So you got the Fate Extra games, the Fate Extra Triple C games, and then you got the anime. Fate Extra Last Encore in its own separate timeline that takes place in the year 3000. And Rin's great-great-great-granddaughter. It's just fucking Rin. Fate Grand Order. Oh god, you're not gonna make me break down.
All right, here we go. Here we go. Fate Grand Order. Oh god. Right, let's have a look. AKA just waifu dojin rule 34, you know, research material bait, okay?
Down Fate Grand Order. Alright, now we're truly in hell. So Fate Go is a mobile gacha game along with some anime adaptations where the first Holy Grail will
shit
never
movie,
happen.
by the way. Would not recommend. Absolute trash.
And you have got to travel back in time to various points in history to fix the fucking timeline. And every different timeline you fix is called singularities. Basically, imagine Fate Back to the Future, except there are like 7 sequels, all with different diverging timelines, and you're not trying to fuck your mum, you're just trying to fuck all the servants. Alright, so for simplicity's sake, I think it would just be easier if I just draw out the Fate Go timeline.
I mean, you wouldn't be fucking the servants if the fucking, you know, degenerate, cultured people who, or the Nasu specifically, decides to gender bend every single male servant in existence, right? Huh? How many servants in fucking Fate Go? There's supposed to be. Well, I mean, even in the original fucking Fate series, right? Like with Artoria, how many people were supposed to be dudes and they all got turned into girls? Not that I'm complaining, man. Holy shit! Whoever designed Miyamoto Musashi, Musashi is like one of the fucking coolest design anime waifus that I've ever seen in my like 20-something years of anime. Whoever designed Musashi, man, give that person a fucking raise. She needs an anime. She needs a ufotable fucking visual fucking quality anime. Holy shit, Musashi's fucking design is just so damn good.
And then here in its own corner is just Fate Prototype, which is Kinoko Nasu's original concept for Fate, where King Arthur's actually a guy?
And anybody that's seen me react to Fate Prototype on it's gonna come out eventually for you guys on YouTube, okay? I don't know when. We're still on episode 8 or whatever. We're currently on the Holy Grail Grand Prix episode of Carnival Phantasm. I think Prototype is like one of the last ones to come out, so it's gonna be a while. But in Fate Prototype, spoilers, I looked at that guy when he first appeared in the episode, and I'm like, oh shit, it's Gawain! And I was like, oh my god, what the fuck is Gawain doing in fucking Fate, in the original Fate state? And then everyone told me, it's like, no, that's Artoria, but he's a dude. He's not gender bent into a girl. I was like, I thought it was gonna be I thought it was Gawain, but no.
This is just a non-existent project because the only thing that exists is a 12-minute trailer that was made purely for fan service, which is even more bizarre when you consider Fate Prototype Fragments of Sky Silver, which is the prequel to Fate Prototype. They made a prequel, a full light novel prequel, to a 12-minute commercial. Like, do they really think fans are that hungry for content? A Type Moon just sitting there being like, alright.
What a pause. Fate fans hungry for content. That's a lie. Fate fans hungry for, I mean, YouTube, like I said, Fate, perfect example of how I theorize, okay, I come up with conspiracy theories as to how YouTube and the algorithm keeps throwing me under the bus. Okay, you say that Fate fans are desperate, they're hungry for content, they're addicted, they'll eat up, they're like a locust swarm. They'll just plague over YouTube, over the internet, and just devour every scrap of Fate content that they can find on YouTube. Meanwhile, I put out fucking, Fate reaction videos that suck knobs at fucking 200 views max, okay, per video. Meanwhile, then there's another 16-year-old, 15-year-old kid fresh out of high school, okay, that has no IQ, that just got given a video to watch of recommendations, Essentials of the Fate series, or Episode 1 of Fate Zero, or fucking all of the Fate Grand Order TVCMs. He goes and reacts to that, puts it up on YouTube, garbage quality video. 50,000 views. I'm like, okay, so where are the other 49,800 people that found his Fate video that didn't find my Fate video, assuming that every Fate fan on YouTube that searches for reaction videos is a hungry addict that will devour every last scrap of Fate content that there is on the internet. Doesn't make sense, does it? No. Maybe everyone just hates me. I think that's a better coping that's a better coping answer I can give myself. Everybody just chooses not to click on my video because they absolutely fucking despise my existence.
Right, Fate fans, open wide. Content. Give me anything. And then this prequel to a project that basically doesn't even exist has a side story called Fate Labyrinth. A side story! This is why Tsukahime fans are on suicide watch. You can tell that line was written months ago because, yeah, where the fuck did this come from? And all this would be a completely alternate universe with no
Tsukahime anime, when?
Universe,
Can we get a Tsukahime anime, please?
One of the characters has a dream that connects this universe to the Fate Stay Night universe. Yep. It's literally canon by dream. Alright, I think we're getting close to the end. Next is Fate
really?
Strange Fake. This is a light novel series that takes place after the Fifth Holy Grail War in America, where they do their own Holy Grail War with hookers and blackjack, written by the same guy who did Baccano. As a recording, we don't know if this follows on from the main flagship timeline or is part of an alternate universe, but what we do know is that there's a servant called Watcher and it's literally just a fucking whale in the sky. I'm sorry, I must have missed the legend where a fucking flying whale saves Earth.
Oh, hey, fucking, what is it? Fucking, in this world, fucking Sattler, fucking, no, not Sattler, who fucking made it? Daphne. In this world, the fucking witcher Gluttony is roaming around with her fucking, Ma Beast, what the fuck you call it in ReZero?
Now, there's Fate type Redline. It's Tokyo in the 1940s. The Nazis are at it again, but this time so are the Japanese military. It's the Third Grail War with seemingly no other connections to any other Grails, and it's a manga drawn by the Demon Slayer mangaka. We got Fate right.
Oh, really?
Not a lot about this is known right now because it's not been officially translated, but what we do know is that it's set in the future after some kind of Holy Grail War, and somehow everyone has their own Holy Grail. And also, there's this new servant called Voyager, who I guess is the Voyager space probe, except I have no fucking clue how a space probe becomes a servant.
They introduced another servant class?
Let alone a blonde Shota-boy space probe servant. And don't tell me to worry about it, because I'm not. Can you see how much I'm not worrying about it? I am not worrying about it.
I'm so glad I'm done with this fucking franchise ever since fucking Heaven's Feel.
Finally, in a bubble, within its own fucking dimension, is Carnival Phantasm.
The true time. This is the true timeline. This is the quality Fate content right here. Oh man, Carnival Phantasm was such such an experience. Holy shit, man! I love Carnival Phantasm. There's this other Carnival Phantasm show called Grand Carnival, which I can't find a single fucking English translated file. It doesn't exist. I found this 13-second fucking video that apparently they released during like Christmas or whatnot. But that's not the full version. The full version is supposed to be like 30 minutes long. And for some reason, all these lazy ass motherfuckers online that are capable of going through the BD, the raw BD, and subbing, you know, because they can understand how to translate Japanese to English. Nobody has subbed episode. There's only 2 episodes right now. Apparently, there's only one The first one, which is like some kind of Olympic Games thing. And then the second one is like Irish Kagil wants to become a VTuber. Neither one of them have subs, and I can't find the full version anywhere that's got any English subs. So that's sad. And it's been out for like a year now, so I don't think anybody's gonna ever fucking bother to sub it. So guess we're never gonna be able to check that out because I can't fucking understand what they're saying. I can't understand what they're saying.
Then other characters from Nasu's other works.
But guess what? Spanish subs though. Hey, any of you guys out there can shed some light? Can you enlighten me on how come the Spanish anime subbing community is so much more efficient than the English subbing fan sub community? Every time a brand new file comes out, the Spanish are on it like the fucking what do you call it? I can't remember. From ages ago, right? The Spanish Inquisition is out there to go claim brand new territory in the blink of an eye. Brand new torrent, brand new file. 2 seconds later, already, within the first 30 minutes, day one release, Spanish subs. Meanwhile, English subs still sitting here six weeks later. Nobody gave a fuck. Nobody subbed it. Holy shit, the absolute state of the fucking English fan subbing community, man.
Are just hanging out, I guess. Doesn't make
Not just
any
for Fate,
sense.
it's
I
for
have no
everything.
idea where
Everything.
this fits on
Fucking
the timeline.
Spanish
I
subs
think
are
this is
always
a
just
bubble
like
reality
lightning
where I
fast.
got fucking drunk. And that's it. That is the long version.
Oh, really?
Oh, but Gigguk, what about the rest of the Nazi verse? You gonna do that as well?
We still got 4 minutes. That can't be all of it.
How about no? Originally, this was
How about
a
no?
grand video where it
Computer
talks about
says
all
no.
the things I found out about Fate lore as a whole. But when I started it, I kind of realized I'm gonna need 20 minutes just to explain the fucking timeline. So you know what? This may just be the first part in a multi-series lecture from hell. Because the worst thing about
What?
Fate is
You're gonna
that
make
after
more?
going through all the timelines, after connecting all the lore, after spending far too many hours.
What?
Fate
I
media,
don't want another
reading pages upon
video.
pages of wiki articles.
You know how long this one just took?
It kind of makes sense. Oh god, this chart actually makes sense to me.
This
The
chart
entire
looks like
timeline is
pure
actually
cancer.
The simplest
Okay.
part of Fate lore. Fate is just an all-encompassing hole that just gets darker and gloomier the deeper you go down. People wonder what's at the bottom of the abyss in Made in Abyss. It's just the fucking entrance to the Fate hole. You want the real short version Fate newcomers? You watch either of these two, and then watch this, and then watch whatever the fuck you want.
No way! He's fucking said
fucking
that.
entrance
No
to the Fate
fucking
hole.
way.
You want the real short version Fate newcomers? You watch either of these two, and then watch this, and then watch whatever the fuck you want.
Bro. Okay, you see? I have not, I swear to fuck, I have not, this ain't pre-watched. I haven't watched this video before, but see? He knows, I knew that he knew what's up. He's fucking milking this shit, like he did with the previous video. He knew what's up. He's just making content, okay? And people eat it up like candy, but he knows, just like anyone that has any fucking IQ, any common sense, would know how to explain the Fate series to get into the anime for a brand new comer. It's literally just that, and that took less than 10 seconds to explain. You do these three, and then pick whatever the fuck you want after that. All right, they're all independent, more or less. But look how the master of content creation is able to drag out a 10-second answer into a 5-minute meme video. Previously that we watched, and now a 31-minute explanation video. This is how you make content. You just got to keep baiting all of those easily gullible, addictive papagas.
Or you know what? Fuck all this. Start with the spin-off series. Start with lesbian lollies kissing. Start with Fate MasterChef. Fuck. Start with the Dojinshis for all I care. Just ignore all the shitstorm going on in the comment section right now. The reality is,
We're gonna read
it
the
doesn't
comment
really matter where
section,
you
okay,
start.
after
As long
this
as it
video.
looks
I wanna see
interesting
why
to you,
Gigguk got
then
so much
go
hate.
for it. The problem is there's so many people who are obsessed with optimizing the perfect read and watch order that they forget that if you enjoy the experience and it gets you into Fate, then who the fuck cares what order you watch it in? 'Cause
Gatekeeper
memes aside, the
Andes,
Fate lore may be a
elitist
tiny
tribalism
mess to
Andes.
unravel, but it
They
is an
exist in
awesome
every franchise.
It's a
It's
series
not
that
just
can have
Fate.
amazing fights with balls to the walls action and magical moments that cut deep into your heart. And then Thomas Edison shows up as a lion. Because if you've reached the end of this video
What?
knowing nothing about Fate, and this is the video that's convinced you to give it a try, what the fuck is wrong with you? This got you interested in Fate? Oh god, why didn't you just listen to me the first time and go with the short version? You know what? Fuck this. I'm done. I'm done. I'm not doing Fate anymore. I'm literally gonna go crazy.
Sure, buddy. We'll see you back here for another video.
I lied. This isn't even the long version. Hey guys, I really hope you enjoyed that video. Thank you again to Honkai Impact for sponsoring me today. And also thank you very much to Ivido, The Walto, Payne Patchett, Eliful, Basil, and everyone else on my Patreon for supporting me for this month.
Oh, hey,
Especially
Patreon shout
Garrett
outs.
and Lucas for being my Fate gurus and guiding me through this hell that is the Fate hole. Honestly, you couldn't have done it without you two, so thank you very much for being my gurus, and thank you very much for helping me do the research for all the information I've put in here.
Yeah,
And also,
research.
thank you
There was
very much
no
to
way
everyone on my
God
Patreon
would have
Discord
known about the
server for
age of
fact-checking
gods
this
and
video before
that
it went
other
live. Basically, what I'm trying to say is
pre-primordial
if
shit
anything
that
in this
happened
video
before the
is
first war.
inaccurate
Who
or
the
wrong,
fuck would know about
you can
this
blame
shit?
an entire Discord server for it. Something's still probably wrong though. And if you want to join the monthly calls where literally someone mentions Fate every fucking month, which is how this video got started in the first place, check out my Patreon. Or don't, please. You don't need any more people talking about Fate. But yeah, this video has been in production for way too long, mostly because the groundwork was done last year, and I really hope you enjoy the style of this video because it took a lot of work, and I don't know if you could tell, but I had a really, really fun time filming this video. Me and my editor have been putting off working on this video for so long because we knew how much work it would take. But yeah, as I said earlier, this probably won't be the only Fate video I put out because
Of course
we've
not.
done way
It's a
more
gold
research
mine of
than what I
content.
put
You can
into this
milk the
video,
shit out
so
of
I
it.
hope you're excited for the next one because both me and my editor are really looking forward to working on another video like this. Right, Alan?
Alan.
Right, Alan.
I thought your editor was Mudon.
Anyway, that's it from me. No further updates.
Oh no, that's Joey and Connor. I guess Mudon doesn't
you
do
enjoy the hell we're about to walk
Gantz
into.
ones as well.
Because I'm not.
All right, let's read the comments now, shall we? Let's see how much hate he got. Well, where's the hate? Let's have a look. There's no hate. I don't see any. What's just what? Okay, so what? So I guess Gigguk gave in to the vocal minority yet again of peer pressure, and then he had to change the title. If I was him, I said this. I think I said this previously, right? Last week when I first saw this video pop up on my YouTube page. If I was him, I would have just kept the title the same. I would have just kept the title the same as it was initially. The hate was from PhD type Moon fans. Yeah, that's what I thought. All right, that's what I thought. I thought the only people that are gonna hate on him was the absolute hardcore tribalists. Okay, that know every last speck of lore about Type Moon and the Nasuverse. That the moment you slip up even slightly, they're gonna rinse you for it. They're gonna grill you for it. And that is an absolute minority. That's the vocal minority. Oh wow. Hey, look. El Toro has reacted to this video 8 months ago. Whenever you type in Fate reactions, you find fucking El Toro here in the search results. Too bad fucking Lancey isn't here in Twitch chat right now. Hey Lance, this is for you. If you ever bother to chat, hey, somebody clip this, clip this and ship it to Lance. Here's your best friend. Here's your boyfriend, Lancey, El Toro. I'm sure you love him, right? He reacted to this video 8 months ago. Huh? Everybody loves El Toro, right, Lance? Huh? But what was I getting at? Yeah, the absolute vocal minority. Okay? Like, I don't know why Gigguk decides to change the title of his video just because he had a bunch of vocal minority Andes, okay, knocking on his door. If I was him, I would have just kept the title the same as it was and just laugh at all of the triggered weebs, okay? All of the triggered, fucking salty like super up their own ass, okay? Not knowing how to take a joke and relax people. That's what I do with my YouTube channel. The angrier you get, the more mold you get, the more hate you leave on my channels, the more omega lols I'm gonna leave in response, and the happier I get. Alright, but I guess Gant's not that kind of person, unfortunately. I think I got the list from them and they explain it in detail, which, yeah, I guess that's free knowledge to me. I mean, after having just listened to everything he said throughout this video, it was pretty good. I mean, like I said, I've only seen the ones that I listed, right? So the ones that actually, no, he didn't even go through Babylonia. He didn't even go through Solomon. He didn't even go through Camelot. In fact, I don't think he went through Grand Order in detail at all, did he? Actually, now that I mention that, yeah. In this video, he didn't go through Fate Grand Order in much detail at all. In terms of, well, I mean, he just said the singularities and that's it. But he never really went into detail about the singularities. And he never went into detail about what happens after the original story. Alright, with lost belts and whatnot. So I guess maybe he's going to do that in another video. But in terms of what he did explain, it made sense. As somebody that saw some of the animes that he talked about, it made a whole bunch of sense. I don't see what went wrong. I don't like Emiya said, right? The hate is just purely from just way too fucking fanatical Fate fans.